Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. It's the news one. We're going to be talking a bit about the what's going on in the world of football over the last few days. Well, yesterday mainly. We've got a lot to get through. We've got Chris Wilder. Um, we've got Chris Wilder being very angry. We've got Sean Dyche, who offers a little bit of a nicer response to Roy Keane, as you can imagine. Roy Keane annoying someone. Um, Bruno is not worthy to win a PFA Player of the Year award, apparently, according to Paul Scholes. City won their 21st game straight, and there's room to do even better there. United are urged to sign two centre backs to ensure Harry Maguire is replaced. And Ollie promises a realistic and responsible business in the summer, i.e., the Glazers are giving him no money. And finally, on the same team, Pogba sparks transfer speculation over Jadon Sancho. Charlie saying, anyone else's sing along with the intro? What do you mean? There's no lyrics. There's no lyrics. There's no lyrics in it. Anyone else sing along to the intro? I like the intro. I hum along to it. I'm like, yeah, it is a good one. But we're gonna get straight into it. So we'll start with Chris Wilder. Chris Wilder is having a shocking season at Sheffield United. He's really struggling, the poor lad. And he's sort of he's gone in at Roy Keane. Roy Keane has made some remarks on Sky, and Chris Wilder has taken a lot of it to heart. Chris Wilder is tired of stupid, silly, uneducated analysis of his Sheffield United side by pundits, following Roy Keane's comments that they deserve to be criticised. After narrowly missing out of the European football last term, thanks to a poor run without the fans, the Blades form has carried over dramatically into the season, with only 3 wins in the whole of the 2021 season. Wilder took United from League One to the Premier League but in recent results have seen him suffer his toughest time of his boyhood club. And despite his success over the previous 4 seasons, Keane said on Sky Sports that he thought Wilder should be able to take some sort of stick. Keane said Wilder is clearly upset and disappointed. I don't think I've ever heard anyone criticise Sheffield United's effort and spirit and desire and determination. And no doubt he's got some brilliant pros at his football club. But where they have come up short this season and the summer is recruitment. They've just come up short. Chris mentioned that they are buying players from the Championship to play in the Premiership, and that's always a gamble with that. Last year it worked for them, their first season in the Premiership. The feel-good factor, they had the good start to the season momentum, but this year he's talking about the goals they've been given away. I don't think that's their biggest problem. It's a good few teams have conceded more than Sheffield United. It is their goals for. I think in 26 games they've got 15 goals. It's not good enough for their effort and bits and pieces. They've had enough chances and didn't take them. They probably have 4 or 5 strikers at the top end of the pitch who haven't been good enough. Last year, I listened to a lot of Chris Wilder. I have huge respect for Chris Wilder. I think he's done a brilliant job, but he got the plaudits last year. But this year, if you lose 21 matches in 26 games, you're gonna have to be criticised. And we can sit here and say they're a good bunch of lads. I'm sure they have. Well, they have. I know some of them. I've worked with them. Some of the best lads you'll meet. But you need more than that in the Premier League. Chris Wilder has sort of gone in at Roy and has said he said that you come under scrutiny and criticism. You have pundits who haven't got a Scooby Doo about the football club. They make stupid, silly, uneducated analysis of where we are as a football club. But you have to deal with it. Like I say, we've had all the praise, so we have to take the negativity that comes with it when you don't win. So Roy Keane is indeed pissing off most people he works with apparently now. Obviously, look, you have to criticise Sheffield United, but you also have to put into context that last year they got very lucky. Last year they got the results that they needed. And that's football. Sometimes football, you get the results and sometimes you don't. And I think the fans have been a huge miss at Bramall Lane. I think that'll be a fair comment to be making, because at the end of the day, the fans drive you forward, they drive you on. But look, Sheffield United are definitely struggling, 100%. And it's not when they go down for me, it's a matter of if, or when. It's not a matter of if they go down, it's a matter of when they go down. I think they're the first set to go. I think West Brom are the next set to go, and it'll be between Newcastle and Fulham who get the next one. And obviously with St. Maximin and Almiron out until April, Newcastle are fucked. But moving on from Newcastle, and Sheffield United, we're going to move to Sean Dyche. Now, Sean Dyche has dealt with Roy Keane's criticism fairly classy. He's dealt with it probably better than you would with, or than he has with Chris Wilder, because Sean Dyche insisted he had no problem with Roy Keane, who criticised his Burnley side following their 4-0 defeat at Tottenham on Sunday. The former Manchester United captain offered a scathing assessment of the Clarets display, with the 49-year-old saying on Sky Sports, "I could play in that game," as the Premier League club went in trailing 3-0 at half-time. Dyche responded with, "He probably could have," when asked about Roy Keane's comments on Monday. I don't know if you remember, but he was pretty decent, to be fair. It wouldn't surprise me if he could have. I don't have a problem with people questioning us. It's part of their jobs. They're pundits for a reason. They have a voice. They have a say. Everyone has an opinion. It's one of the strangest jobs where people are always telling you that you're doing wrong. I don't go into doctors and tell them that he's doing wrong, or my lawyers, or my solicitors. But apparently with football managers, everyone thinks they can do better than us. But I have no problem with Roy Keane or anybody else. Keane was far from alone in questioning Burnley's performance as they were torn apart in the first half of the Premier League contest. Dyche's side needed to quickly put that game to one side, however, with a Champions League chasing Leicester visiting Turf Moor on Wednesday before Arsenal head to Lancashire at the end of the weekend. We don't park it without thought, but it still needs to be parked. You've got to move on quickly. We talk about it, we analyse it, we make sense of it, but we're thinking, but the thinking on it has to go away quickly. They turned up and were clinical, and we weren't. We gave them far too many soft goals, but we've been down those results before, and I'm not worried about this about that side of it. I'm worried about the record. I'm worried about the injuries. We can't get everyone fit. We're coming up against the Leicester side, who have had their fair share of it too. We've been having a long period now, but we've come through it, but still putting wins on the board, still putting points on the board, and stayed strong through this period. So what we've got there is two sides of a coin, isn't it? So you got Roy Keane just absolutely slamming everyone. Roy Keane is just absolutely body slamming almost anyone and everyone in his path. And Sean Dyche is there like, yeah, well, if you remember, Roy Keane was fairly decent. And Chris Wilder's like, nah, he's an uneducated moron or something along them lines. But everyone watching, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on it. It'll really help me as well. 21 of you, or 21% of you that watch these videos, you unsubscribed. I've been checking the figures, so make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you share the channel, and make sure you share the link on your socials. Also, go give me a follow on Twitter. All the links are in the description. Chris saying, "Hi mate, hope you're well." I'm good. Yesterday we don't talk. I talk nothing about Argyle. We move on, bottom of the league, and they can all do themselves, to be completely honest with you. Raging about that. Roy Keane punditry makes you laugh, though. Look, I have no issue with Roy Keane punditry. I think it's brilliant. For someone that is a neutral, so he'll never really be coming at my team, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love watching it because I'm like, so many people get triggered by it. It's absolutely beautiful. Him and Micah Richards, though, that is the duo that we need to see, and we'll see that hopefully on Sunday. It is the Manchester derby looking forward to that. That'll be big. But we're going to move on to Bruno Fernandez. Now, Paul Scholes, he gets a lot of criticism saying, "Are you sure you're a United player, or a former United player? Are you sure you actually like the club?" Because he does come out and scathing at times about them, and he's made no difference here. He says that Bruno Fernandez is not worthy of a PFA Player of the Year award, says Paul Scholes. Manchester City have had players more deserving of winning the PFA Player of the Year award ahead of Bruno Fernandez, according to Paul Scholes. Fernandez has 15 goals and registered 10 assists in Manchester United's for Manchester United so far this season, putting him on the level of Tottenham striker Harry Kane for goal involvement in the Premier League. While the Portuguese attacking midfielder has been in impressive form this season, United is still 12 points adrift from league leaders City. City have shared the goals out among their squad, while Pep Guardiola has continually rotated his side to keep them fresh, meaning it is perhaps harder to pick out a standout performer. Former United midfielder Paul Scholes believes that while Fernandez should be in the mix for the end of the season award, City's consistency should be recognised by the Professional Football Association. While he's brought to United, team has been special. He creates goals and scores, not in the big games, but in a lot of them. A slight dig there, a slight dig at the not the big games. I see that. I see it. Ultimately, at United, you're there to win titles in big games, and he has been a bigger influence than that. And he has to be a bigger influence than that. I could give him a bit of an excuse with United centre-halves. To me, they need protecting too much, especially in the big games against proper forward players. The central midfielders sit too deep, and he doesn't get the support from the midfield, which is important to him. It's not just the ability he's got. He needs bodies around him to take people away so he can come into spaces, be a player who is controlling midfield, and that brings the best out of him. This will be the problem United until they solve it. They need a centre half who is dominant, takes the ball off people. Look at what City have done with Diaz. All the teams that have won the league in recent years, Vincent Kompany, Virgil van Dijk. He should be right in the mix for PFA Player of the Year. There's no doubt about that. But I'm always a believer the best players are the players winning for the team that wins the league. And there are a few City players I'd go for before Bruno. Rude, I think. I think that is rude. I think United, they're so shit still. They are so shit. Like, how many times have you seen me going in at their centre-backs? Like, all the time. I go at their centre-backs all the time. McTominay is good, but he's not a DM. If you want to use him as a box-to-box midfielder, that's okay. You could get away with that. Put him with a defensive midfielder for at least. That's how you improve. You're not going to improve if you don't do that. Trust me. United need 4 signings: a centre-back, a DM, a winger, and a striker. If you don't want to get the striker because you wanting Greenwood there, buy another centre-half. Like, do it. Just stop messing around. Chris saying, I'm the same. Let's not talk Carlisle. I was fuming too. Do you know what? Me and Chris will make a pact. We won't talk Football League. What is the Football League? I don't even know what it is. Charlie saying Ruben Diaz is going to win Young Player of the Year and Player of the Year. Look, he's good. He is very good. Do I think he should win both? I see no reason why not. I would say he probably wins Young Player. Someone else wins Player of this year. I don't recall seeing many people winning both for me. So I agree. He could easily win both. I just think that he's going to win one, and it will most likely be the Young Player. Or you give the Young Player to Foden and Player of the Year to Diaz. Look, City should win it. Bruno, there's a shout for Bruno to win it. Like, let's not get it twisted. There's a shout for Bruno to win it. Should he win it? I don't know. We have to wait till the end of the season, see what he breaks, see everything. But there is definitely sort of, well, yeah, he should be there. Charlie's saying Keane is hilarious after United lose. Look, Keane is hilarious even if United aren't playing, bro. Like, obviously, he's only really there when United are playing. But what I mean by that is, you look at him when he's playing, or Burnley, Tottenham, and Sheffield United, Liverpool. He's pissed off 2 managers already. So it's one of them. Charlie is struggling to spell today. It's okay, Charlie. We all go through them days. All of us. My spelling is horrific. But now we talk about Manchester City. A lot of people call this oil money. A lot of people call this blood money. I just call it money. City won their 21st game in a row yesterday. I mean, dominance for me, it pisses me off because we're not turning into League One or any of that. So, at the end of the day, yeah, they should be doing that. Abdi, big up Abdi. They will give it to Gundogan because Bruno will have that not turning up in the big 6 on his head. I get it. I do. Look, don't get it wrong. He hasn't turned up, but why hasn't he turned up? Yes, of course, he's not been the best himself. But neither's the players he's been around. The players he's been around have been dog shit. Charlie is having a great time. I'm not going to read it all out, but that's the comment. He's very happy. Charlie, why are you so happy, bro? But yeah, City have won their 21st game in a row. Brutal. But before we get into that one, make sure you've liked the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you get more updates. We've got a United watch along tonight. So me and Jeannie doing a Manchester United Crystal Palace watch along tonight. That should be fun. The frightening thing for the rest of the Premier League is Pep thinks Manchester City can get even better. Don't say that. That's upsetting for a neutral. Or other teams just need to do it. Charlie, because I thought 21 was coming. Yeah. 21 did come, Charlie. 21 victories. The numbers are scary enough as it is after a 4-1 victory over Wolves on a Tuesday night. It is now 21 wins in a row over all competitions. They have scored more and conceded fewer goals than anyone else in the league and sit 15 points clear at the top. Brutal. But what Pep saying it was well deserved, a fantastic game. We suffered after conceding the goal from the first shot on target they had. It's difficult to play against them. They concede so few, and they played. They have speed up front, but we were fantastic. Yeah, look, I think I would completely agree with Pep there. It is fantastic for them. City are just an unreal talent, and it's very much is that. Charlie saying, "I'll come on if you want." I've got Jeannie. I'm probably gonna keep it just to me and him, but we'll see. But make sure you're in the comments because you do make everyone chuckle as well. But Charlie will be on the channel on Sunday because it is the Manchester derby, so it's going to be Charlie versus RJ. Well, twice for a build-up and a preview. God have mercy on our souls is all I say to that because RJ versus Charlie. That is a fight you want to see because RJ is he gets triggered a bit and well, Charlie's got more jokes than a joke book, so it's one of them really. Charlie saying 28 unbeaten, mate. Look, it's absolutely disgusting, absolutely vile and disgusting what you lot are doing. Absolutely disgusting. Have some shame. I'm joking. You lot do deserve it. The next one we're going to talk about is Harry Maguire. Harry damn Maguire. I mean, where do I start? I mean, where on earth do I start with Harry Maguire? Well, strong words. I mean, brutal. You can keep the language down as well. You don't need to be swearing. But United are urged to sign 2 centre-backs to ensure Harry Maguire is replaced. United have been tipped to go after two centre backs in the upcoming transfer window, while Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants a partner for Harry Maguire. So, right, that makes sense, right? So the manager wants one, but apparently they're going to get two. I see how this is. United are believed to be determined to sign a new centre back in the upcoming transfer window, but club hero Paul Parker believes they need two centre defenders. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reported the intent on signing a new centre back this summer. The Red Devils have been fairly solid at the back. Whoa. The Red Devils have been fairly solid at the back this summer. I mean, no. Yeah. No, we're not going to go any further to this story. They are interested in Raphael Varane. Apparently, I don't think he would work. You want someone quick, like Jesus. I can tell you exactly who you want. Why can't it be a player who comes in and plays alongside Victor Lindelof? Maguire is not a leader. He plays the game for himself. He sits way too deep. He dribbles for the sake of dribbling, runs himself into cul-de-sacs. I mean, brutal. He put David De Gea blame. No, clearly. Yeah, Charlie saying, I'll take that. More jokes than a joke book. I've got some good ones. And who conceded 6 to Spurs? Yeah, that was United, but they did get a player sent off, didn't they? But what I want to ask you lot is, I want to ask you who you would buy for United. So let's say, right? So let's say you're Ed Woodward, and do this properly. Let's say you're Ed Woodward, and you've been told by Ollie, I need a centre back, a DM, the right winger. Who you getting? That is a little game. Who would you get? And then I'll say who I would get, because I know mine all right. It can be unrealistic if you want. Harry saying Sonny Bradley. What for United? I don't think so. But yeah, that's the game, right? So what I want you to do is, and then we'll work on mine, right? So once you've put in your guesses, I'll say mine. We'll do it that way, right? So you need 3 players. You need a defender, a DM, the right winger. Who you getting? That is the task that I have set you guys. It's a bit of a laugh. Charlie's already got his in. Upamecano, Zakaria, and Sancho. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout. Let's be fair. That isn't the worst shout in the world. There's also now, apparently Ollie has promised a responsible and reasonable, realistic and responsible. I mean, Wayne, that's just really inappropriate, buddy. Yeah, no. Charlie, time him out. Yeah, no. Adam Johnson jokes. What a shout, mate. What a shout, mate. It's not like they're really damn boring now. So yeah, no. Obviously they shouldn't be going to get him. That is absolutely, well, just wrong on all levels. But no, look, Ollie has promised a realistic and responsible business in the summer. The Norwegian knows there remains work to do if he's to bring success back to United. Ollie says Manchester United have to focus on realistic, reasonable business as they continue to rebuild amid the coronavirus pandemic. Next Monday marks a year to the day since Old Trafford last welcomed fans with a full house roaring to the hosts of a 2-0 victory over rivals Manchester City. March the 8th, 2020. That was the date. That is mad. The Norwegian knows there remains work to be done. It's definitely affecting everyone in football, the pandemic, he said. Of course, the lack of income, the finances have been affected. Yeah, hilarious. Charlie, just block them both, bro. block them both. Yeah, just kick it, ban them. I don't care. It's just things you don't joke about, boys, and that is definitely one. So yeah, Charlie, just deal with them. Yeah, just deal with them. My three signings anyway would have been De Ligt, De Jong, and Sancho. I rate all three of them very highly. It's definitely affecting. I've hidden him. All right. What about Wayne, the one who said that they should sign that? Also, he is scum. Like, just scum. As if it becomes extra difficult to rebuild when you do not have Billy saying, I think we should sign Kunde. I mean, I would have. That's not a bad shout. It really isn't a bad shout, bro. Like, I think Kunde is definitely he's good. He's very good. Timed him out. Should I do more? Nah, we'll leave him at timed out. If he does it again, though, just ban him or whatever. You've got the ban power, Charlie. You've got the ban hammer. Chris saying nothing better to do with their lives. Absolutely right. I subscribe by the way. Cheers. Absolutely brilliant, Billy. Well, that's what we love to see. We wanna grow the channel, and that really helps by doing that. So be like Billy. Make sure you subscribe. So yeah, as I was saying, Kunde isn't a bad one. In fact, he's a very good one. He's plays for Sevilla, if I remember correctly. Very good. I'd just go for De Ligt because he's a beast and he's really fast. That's why I'd go for him, and then I'd go for De Jong because then your core could be Dutch because United and Dutch works quite well, right? Yeah, Charlie, ban him as well. Basically, yeah. Look, I think yeah, I would go for De Ligt and De Jong and Sancho. I think they're the ones I'd go for, and then you could have Van der Beek, so you could have De Ligt, De Jong, and Van der Beek. That would be good. But obviously, Ollie says we also have players in the academy that we now know we can give opportunities to. This doesn't sound like Manchester United. This sounds like some small club. Like, yeah, we've got some youth that we can give opportunities to. That trying to what win the league? Like, you gonna chuck some youth players in? Like, am I missing something? Must be missing something. United left their transfer business until late last summer, with free agent Cavani arriving on deadline day on a contract until the end of the season with a further option of a year. I mean, I would definitely be getting Cavani onto another year if you're not going to strengthen. If you're going to strengthen the three positions and then get Cavani tied down to another year, and then you can get him. Well, then you can replace him next year, right? Or do it all at the same time. Like, you are Manchester United with lots of money. United have been linked with I mean, oh, well, spamming's bad. You shouldn't be spamming. Yeah, it's okay because I have a mod that's probably going to deal with that. So unfortunately, ban hammer on him. But very sad. These guys are sad making fake accounts. I agree, mate. I agree. It is a bit sad, but do you know what? It gets us extra views. It gets us extra views, so they can view it, and then they'll get banned by Charlie, and then they'll walk back out the door. It's actually pretty cool. Like, it works actually because we get more views and they get banned. So it really works as good as that, really. But this is probably all the same person, to be honest. But yeah, Ollie obviously saying that it's going to be a reasonable, realistic one. But what do you guys make of what Ollie said? Because it isn't Ollie's fault. Let's be real. If Ollie could go spend 300 million pounds this summer, he probably would. But yeah, that one also needs banning. But it's okay because we are we're towards the end. We've got one last bit to talk about, and that is Paul Pogba. He put finally on the same team as Sancho. Obviously, that has now sparked transfer debate. Obviously, they're both with I think it's Nike or Adidas. I think they're both with Adidas now. Red Devils chase Sancho. However, Paul has added fuel to the fire regarding Sancho's future in Germany after sharing a video of himself featuring in Pepsi's latest advert alongside the English star. There we go. Charlie's having fun. So yeah, basically, that's that really. We're not going to go into the Sancho business because it is Sancho and that's been spoke about a lot. I know that Sancho is most likely probably going to end at United. If I get egg on my face now, I'll be very angry at Ed Woodward. I'll be very angry at you indeed. But that's everything. I was. Do you want me to help moderate? Yeah, actually, that seems like a good shout. Yeah, why not? That works. It's okay because we'll get lots of views. You need more mods just in case Charlie's not here. We do have more mods. I have more than one. I can assure you of that. Oh, Charlie's saying I got it. Don't worry. Charlie's. These guys are being pathetic. They are. They are being very, very pathetic. But look, it is what it is. It's just very weird. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Charlie's a good one. He normally has it all sorted anyway. But thanks for the offer. And if it does get out of hand again, then yeah, Billy, definitely I'll be putting you as that. This is life. Yes, you are absolutely correct, Chris. This is sort of life, isn't it? Life is an interesting and weird one. But do you know what? We're gonna get extra views from this. That I mean, they think they're annoying me, but basically they view this on multiple times, so I get more views, right? And then once they come in, Charlie bans them because he's annoyed by them, and I still get their view. So really, it's a win-win situation for us all, apart from Charlie, who's got to start banning them all. But there were some interesting names there. That was the first time that's happened. Billy saying yes, no problem. Chris saying they're wasting their life, really, wasting their time. Well, a bit of both, really. They're probably wasting a bit of both, a bit of their time and a bit of their life, to be completely honest with you. And Charlie's saying, I'm not bothered. That's because you've got the ban hammer, Charlie. That's why you're not bothered, mate, because you've got the ban hammer. And you can just start banning all these people. But as I said, everyone watching, make sure you have liked the video, subscribe to your channel with notifications on. Make sure you go follow my Twitter at Niall_PAFC. Link is in the description, which Charlie very nicely made for us. You'll also find all the other regulars that come on in there. Pogba's new contract, possibly. Yeah, there was talks about Pogba's new contract. I think we covered it yesterday. I can cover it again briefly today. Basically, Pogba's open to returning. Will continuing contract talks. He's willing and open to staying at United now. But there's not a lot of news. It was more speculation. I think I covered it yesterday morning. But yeah, basically Pogba's keen to stay at United now. Apparently, how much of that is true, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see, though, won't we? But there's a lot in it. If Pogba stays, what happens to Donny? That's the question you've got to be asking. You say that, Chris, but we've recently struggled to create chances. It's a bit of both. You need Pogba, but you need a DM, because right now the way, and I'll be doing a separate stream on this another day. I need to work out how to do it. But basically, the tactics that United use are very different and very difficult. So what I will do is I will work a way of doing maybe an interactive tactic thing and doing something like that. Chris saying, get this channel to more subs, people. Absolutely, please do. Make sure you share it on your Twitters and all of that. Get more people in here, because the more people in here, the better, and the quicker the channel grows. And we've got great content as well. We were reviewing the youngsters yesterday. I thought it'd be more heated than it was, but they were all very polite to each other. But tonight we've got a United watch along. So we'll be doing the Palace watch along with United. Me and Jeannie are doing that one. Then tomorrow's the busy one. We've got the Liverpool show at 6 p.m. We've got the Gooners show at 8 p.m. And then the new host of this morning segment will be hosting the United show. I'll be there as a panelist, just to make sure all hell don't break loose. But make sure you're tuned in for them three. Then it's a big weekend. We've got a match reaction, a watch along, and don't forget that Manchester derby on Sunday. I'll be back. What day is it today? It is Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow sometime doing a similar segment. Then we've also got a Chelsea Liverpool preview show. But yeah, lots of new content, lots of content coming on as well. Chris saying, I would tell Pogba to sign a DM. I would agree with that. Billy, yeah, I don't. Yeah, but I don't trust the board to do that. I can see that. I can see why you don't trust the board. Charlie saying, we'll heat up on Sunday when I turn up. It will. Oh, it will. You just know Charlie's going to start triggering RJ. It's going to be one of them absolutely brilliant ones. Billy, thoughts on Pieface? Look, he's a good lad. He's a, for me personally, not my cup of tea, but he's a good lad. He loves his football team. He supports the same one I do. And he's a great ambassador. A lot of people start to know Plymouth and because of him. So look, massive respect to the guy. We probably, if I was walked down the street, I probably wouldn't get on with him. Right? He's not my cup of tea. But then it could all be an act, and he could be something completely different. But no, look, he's a good lad that represents himself well and represents Plymouth Argyle well, because obviously we all know that he's a Plymouth fan, and he does that very well. He represents him very well, and but yeah, I get on with him. Well, not get on with him. I would probably get on with him. We both support Argyle, so I'm sure we'd find something to talk about. Probably not yesterday's result though. Charlie laughing and Billy saying, "Yeah, I understand." Yeah, so we're gonna leave it there, guys. It's been going for about 40 minutes. I'm not sure how long these are gonna take. It really depends on what people are how many people are watching, the interaction and all of that. But normally about half an hour plus is a good one there. But as I said, make sure you're back tonight for the United Palace watch along. I'll be joined by Jeannie for that one. Then we'll have that will be in replace of the match reaction. So make sure you're doing that. But everyone, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, share the stream on all your socials, get more people in here, get more comments coming in next time. And that would be absolutely perfect. Charlie saying, see you now, good stream. Cheers, Charlie. One of my great mods. I've got two of them. But yeah, I'll be back here again about 7:45. So until then,